meantime, like I said, I've been sick, and I was well enough after Christmas to go on a trip. I can tell you a little bit about the trip. It was a wonderful trip. Went down to the United States. I'll tell you what for in a minute. But I started in St. John's, and my trip started in St. John's. And Jenny, this is falling over, by the way. Sorry, boy. We're afraid. So anyway, I went to Janet's, and I was having a nap in the morning, and she said, we're going out and help yourself to lunch in the fridge. Make a sandwich, whatever you want. So I took my time, so I went to the fridge, and I started looking around. So this meatloaf was there, see? So I cut a piece off the meatloaf, and I tasted it, and I said, I wonder what she puts in that. It's not like anything I've tasted before. So then I saw some roast beef. I said, I'll make a sandwich out of that. So I had a sandwich, coffee, and everything. So when Janet came home, she said, did you have lunch? And I said, yes. I said, by the way, what kind of meatloaf is that you had in the fridge? She said, there's no meatloaf in the fridge. I said, there is. My brother and shoulder, she said, it's damn food. And I was after having a good generous piece of that. But anyway, we had a great laugh. You have to learn to laugh at yourself. So we had a great laugh over it. So when we came to the table supper time, a lot of you know Andrew, her husband. He's British. And in his British voice he says, hey Janet, what's your mum having for her tea? Kibbles and bits. You know, what do you want to do? We're all getting old, I'm getting old, everybody around me is getting old. What can you do about it? Not a darn thing. The only thing you can do is forget the past, the bad stuff, think about the good stuff. Dwell in the future, get a good laugh whenever you can, and don't worry about the present, you know. Have a good laugh whenever you can, and enjoy your family, enjoy your neighbors, and everything else. And don't worry about the future. You can't do a thing about it anyway. That's my motto. In the meantime, I'll tell you a little bit about the trip. My aunt, and everybody keeps saying her sister, my aunt, my father's sister, is a Roman Catholic nun, mercy nun in Arkansas. She went away when she was 17 years old. They came recruiting girls for the convent. And you know, they take them in, and if they liked it, they would stay, and if not, they didn't stay. She stayed anyway. She was 100 years old on the 3rd day of January. Wow. Yeah. So 16 family members went. Because myself, my two sisters, and a brother went, and their wives, my brother's wife, and nieces and nephews from the family. And what a time we had. We went to Fort Smith, Arkansas. And she's in a convent for older nuns. And my sister and I stayed in the convent. Oh my God, what treatment we got. We didn't want to leave. But anyway, when I was going in, I hadn't seen my aunt in 20 years, and I thought to myself, she's going to be an old woman, bent over, like me, in the chair, and probably doesn't know who she is. What a surprise. She was standing up among a group of people, talking to everybody. She's younger looking than I am. Younger looking. But then someone said, she was a nun. She never had to worry a family, and she never had to please a man. But anyway, we had Mass, and just quickly going to tell you this, we had Mass, special Mass, then we had a special dinner, and then the dignitaries came, and they offered the mayor and the senators, and there was someone there representing the president, and so on, you know. And after that was over, they were in for a treat, because we put off a Newfield concert for them. She was the only one that knew anything about Newfoundland Labrador. They didn't know. They know now. off with, there were 16 of us singing, and Brenda, you know Brenda, Pauline knows Brenda, my sister-in-law. She was playing the piano when we were all singing. And we sang, "Oh, to Newfoundland first. Let me fish up Cape St. Mary's," of course. "I's the boy," but we had to translate. I translate, I said, "I's the boy" means, "I am the boy." We said, "I's the boy." We sang that. We sang, Jack was a British sailor, the Kelly Cruise Soiree, and then we started on Irish songs, Galway Bay, Danny Boy, all them. And there was a nun there, she's 50 years left Ireland, and she told us, she was standing there with the tears running down her face, and she said she never felt as close to being home as she felt with us that day. Wow. We had a great time. We visited with her, well, I think we stayed 2 or 3 days. But the last thing I remember, as we were coming out with our luggage to go to the airport, a group was singing "Danny Boy" up the corridor. She had requested, it was beautiful. So then we went to Memphis, but I didn't go because Elvis just left the building. I wouldn't have gone. They went to Graceland. I didn't want to go because it was too hard. I didn't want. My brother said, "Well, get your wheelchair." I said, "Oh, damn way am I going to stay?" So I stayed home. Anyway, that's about it. Okay. Now, people keep sending me stuff. And I keep putting it away under the time. A friend of mine sent me this Christmas. "If I were old Santa, you know what I'd do? I'd dump silly gifts that are given to you and deliver some things just inside your front door, things you have lost but treasured before. I'd give you back all your maidenly vigor, and to go along with it, a neat tiny figure. Then restore the old color that once graced your hair before rinses and bleaches took up residence there. I'd bring back the shape with which you were gifted, so things now suspended need not be uplifted. I'd dry in your tummy and smooth down your back till you would be in a dream, those tight-fitting slacks. I'd remove all your wrinkles and leave only one chin, so you wouldn't spend hours rubbing grease on your skin. You'd never have flashes or queer dizzy spells, and you wouldn't hear noises like ringing of bells. No sore aching feet, and no corns on your toes. No searching for spectacles when they're right on your nose. Not a shot would you take in your arm, hip or fanny, from a doctor who thinks you're a nervous old granny. You'd never have a headache, so no pills would you take, and no heating pad needed, since your muscles won't ache. Yes, if I were Santa, you'd never look stupid. You'd be a cute little chick with the romance of a cupid. I'd give a lift to your heart when those wolves start to whistle, and the joys of your heart would be light as a thistle. But alas, I'm not Santa, I'm simply just me, the matronest of matrons you ever did see. I wish I could tell you all the symptoms I got, but I'm due at my doctor's for an estrogen shot. Even though we've grown older, this wish is sincere. Merry Christmas to you, and Happy New Year. I have here some hit songs that have been altered for old people. Bobby Darin, "Splish Splash, I was having the flash." Herman's Hermits, "Mrs. Brown, you got a lovely walker." Ringo Starr, "I get by with a little help from Depends." The Bee Gees, you mend a broken hip? Roberta Fleck. The first time I ever forgot your face. Johnny Cash. I can't see clearly now. Paul Simon. 50 ways to lose your liver. The Commodores. Once, twice, 3 times to the bathroom. Who he is, Procol Harum. You ever heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
A whiter shade of hair. Leo Sayer. You make me feel like napping. The Temptations. Oops. Temptations. Papa's got a kidney stone. Eva. Denture Queen. Tony Orlando. Knock 3 times on the ceiling if you hear me fall. Helen Reddy. I am woman, hear me snore. Leslie Gore. It's my procedure and I'll cry if I want to. Last but not least, Willie Nelson. I'm on the commode again. Thank you very much. Enjoy yourself.